Hello and welcome to the internet, my name is JakeDragon7 and welcome to today's episode of Let's Play Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. Actually got the name right this time. So, in the previous episode, we went through the Plains of Passage and got to know the Bushatorium a little bit. And today, we're going to be heading to King Knight's lair, Pridemoor Keep. Actually, maybe there should still be something back here right now. I'm gonna be less impulsive with breaking these things. Up there, okay, there's my first. Okay. So I didn't really talk about this too much last time. Of course, I did talk about the fact that Arcana exists. So yeah, the bait bomb is basically like the fishing rod, except it's actually useful. If you saw my Shovel Knight Let's Play, you know that I have absolutely no clue how to use a fishing rod. It just never works for me. But I can actually use the bait bomb to some effect. So, that's cool. Nice that I can actually get use out of it for once. Okay, there, that aside. Let's get into the real meat of this level. You can see just floating around. Really do like that burst. It is hell useful. So one of the things that's really nice about the way the extra health works is that, because you can only have 5, but it also does kind of mean that you can, in some cases, if you stay alive long enough, you can kind of just have like a massive health pool just because you don't want to waste your you don't want to waste the ones that you can grab. So like I don't really need the 3 extra health right now, but it's nice to have, and I'm not really wasting anything by using it all, which I think is pretty nice. Alright. A lot of these you can get from throwing down bait bombs, so that's always nice. Now I'm trying to use my bursts to kill enemies too. Sometimes you can do that. The bursts do have a ton of utility. Like I said, they can be used to break blocks if you're close enough to them, and they can kill enemies if you're close enough. So these are all sort of just things you can keep in mind and use to make the game a little bit more interesting. What's nice about the burst is that it's probably more reliable as like a close ranged attack. I mean, maybe not entirely, but the bombs can sometimes be a little bit weird, especially if you're using one with a strange arc. Which, like, right now we don't really have any bombs that have, like, some weird arc you have to, like, think about, but still in the future, it's bound to happen. There's definitely some strange casings and fuses and such. But, like, usually with fuses, I don't deviate much from... There's one fuse that I use all the time that I probably should have actually bought now that I think about it. But I'm much more likely to mess around with my powders and casings, just because the fuses usually don't change a ton. Well, look at that, more tonics. Okay. Nice. So let's see. I don't know what's up there. So, one thing I guess I could mention now, even though we haven't really seen it yet, so it's too relevant to mention, I guess. But still, I'll be seeing it soon, so whatever, I'll just point it out now. With collecting the Arcana in the main level, the way it works is instead of just buying it outright, what you do is you have to find the level's relic, which is somewhere different in the level, and then you can find Chester at about the same place he is in Shovel Knight's playthrough. And he will trade you the relic for the Arcana. So in this case, like, the relic was here. I kind of figured it was, so I'm like, alright, well, I guess I'll bring it up, and if it shows up, that's cool. If it doesn't, whatever, nobody cares. But, usually if you're off the beaten path of the level, and it's something you don't really remember happening in Shovel Knight's playthrough, chances are you're on your way to finding the relic. Alright. So, I think, yeah, that should just be the room that took us up to that section. I think I could also spend a minute talking about the story of this game, because there's not really a ton to it, but basically this is, if I'm not mistaken, it's like an alternate timeline to the original Shovel Knight. So the events do happen at the same time as that game, just not in the same universe, I guess. Oh yeah, and this, let me just do this guy, yeah. This door, yeah, it works for Plague Knight too. I've always found this animation so funny. So yeah, anyway, here's Chester. Let's go. Big Boom. So yeah. Oh shit. I'm gonna go back and collect those. That was kind of just stupid of me. I kind of forgot that the other one was gonna fall on me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. That section always kills me so many times though. And yeah, as you can see now, I'm down on my health. But yeah, it's kind of interesting though, because you can see Shovel Knight in certain points in the game doing things, and I won't spoil it, but there is definitely a very interesting use of this sort of time-splitting world, I guess. It also does contrast pretty nicely because of the way that Spectre of Torment's actually a prequel to the game. So it does make a lot of these side stories feel very different from each other. Which, you know, I mean, they are in a lot of other ways, but just another way to sort of differentiate them and have a bit of fun with all these extra, I guess all these extra campaigns. I don't think I pointed out this out before, but it probably is something you've figured out. You can still charge your bomb bursts while you're doing other things. Like, you don't have to throw a bomb for it to start charging. You can, like, be going between screens and it'll still charge. Actually, it's gonna be a good time to show off some different casings. See, allow casing is good for hitting any enemies that are above you. It's a bit easier because you don't have to be like, you can be below them and still hit them. And later on, like, it can get a lot more interesting than that too. That's a very basic example, but like I said, like, you can do pretty well. I feel like you can do pretty well with just the lob casing and the bounce casing, but it does cover a lot of the sort of places that you'd attack. But you can definitely have a lot of fun with using some of the stranger bomb casings. Once you unlock them, of course. Of course, we'll have a bunch at our disposal when we're done with this level, because we already have enough to complete the research, which I guess I can also explain that. The way that works is just that it basically allows you to have more options with your upgrades. Actually, show this off real quick. So, I wonder if I can just sit here and throw this at him. Okay. I guess man, I'm getting a lot of use out of this right now. Okay. Yeah, I definitely like how you can pretty much always be charging your bomb bursts. I think it does allow the movement to be even more fleshed out and fun. Which really, like this game mode is just, it's just so much fun. I mean, really all those Shovel Knight's campaigns are just fun, but I'm not sure whether or not I'd say Plague of Shadows and Spectre of Torment is my favorite. Like, they're both really good. I kind of feel like I have a bit more fun playing Plague of Shadows, but I feel like Spectre of Torment is probably just better put together. I'll talk about that more whenever I play that game. But, Plague of Shadows is just so much fun. Like, I can't really think of any other games, especially platformers, that allow you to change your, like, have so much control over your kit and, like, your moveset. It's really fun. And again, very, very creative. Plague Knight's also just my favorite of the knights, so like, Plague Knight and Spectre Knight are my favorite knights, and then, like, if I was controlling it, I probably would have given the last campaign to either Propeller Knight or Treasure Knight. If anything, I'm very surprised that King Knight would have been voted as one to get a campaign. I mean, I'm not even saying that, like, I feel like my two should have gotten in. You really should have. But, like, not that I did even vote. I'm not sure who was open to, but it was probably more open to the backers, so I wouldn't have been there. But anyway, like, that's besides the point. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised when, like, if anything, I probably would have expected Mole Knight to be the one to get in, as opposed to King Knight. Because I feel like a lot of people really like Mole Knight, and, like, really like his level, especially. Like, it's an alright level. I feel like a lot of people like it a lot more than I do. And I talked about this a lot in relation to the music in that level when I played through Shovel Knight's story. Dick. But, yeah, like, that's the thing, like, it's not terrible by any means. I just don't see why so many people seem to be totally in love with that song and that level. Which is a song. Okay, yeah, why am I messing this up so much? Okay, let's get this. I probably didn't actually need these books, but whatever. And another one. Okay. Oh, fuck. I mean, I got the coins, so that's nice. Okay. So, let's see, can I actually get this time? Maybe? Possibly? I just want to see if I can make this from here. Yeah. Aw, come on. This last jump, well, at this point, I'm overcomplicating it because I really want to get those, the money back, but... Alright, yeah. Now just wait. I'm being really impatient about this. Like I said, I want to get the gold, but... like, it's in a really awkward position. Now there's stupid rats there. There we go, finally. Shouldn't even be that complicated, but there it is, giving me all that trouble. Ah, whatever. Okay. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be another one in the next room, so I'm just going to do this. Let me actually put this too. Okay. And that is that. Yeah, surprisingly enough, there really isn't. Alright then, well, should still be good though. Alright, let's do this. So yeah, like I said, boss fights are usually not too difficult, and King Knight is no exception. Of course, I do always find him pretty easy in Shovel Knight's mode as well, but... yeah, he's not much more challenging here. Well, actually, if anything, he's... you know what? King Knight's actually probably more challenging, but that's not really saying much because I've never struggled with this fight in my life. Probably the only time I have ever found this even remotely difficult is like in the challenge mode, because you have all these like crazy restrictions. Alright though, so that is that. Let's get back to the lab and see what we got. Okay. Let's see then. Okay, so usually I will use this. I'll get this. And I'm actually going to get the magic upgrade instead of any of these, I think. Yeah, I'd rather have the magic upgrade. At least for now. So, for float casing, it's sent up like that. And the long fuse is, like I said, the one I usually use, just because it goes farther. It doesn't, like, randomly stop. It basically just gives your bombs more range. Which, I mean, doesn't really seem like there's anything that's wrong about it, I guess. I think with certain combinations it's probably not the best, but still I find it quite useful. Alright, so yeah, we are fairly far into it. So there's one thing I will... Yeah, I think there's one thing I want to... You know what? Actually, no, I don't think I can do it yet. Okay. Well, I guess we can just do this then. So yeah, of course, these gold collecting sections are still in Plague of Shadows, since it does functionally... Like, I don't want to just demote it to just being, like, another version of Shovel Knight's playthrough, but especially after playing Spectre Knight, Spectre of Torment, like, it's a little bit hard to say that just because of how much is changed in Spectre Knight compared to here. But still, like, there are a lot of gameplay elements, particularly in structure, that are intact. Crap, I knew that was gonna happen too. Part of me is kind of used to some of the arcana that you can use to save yourself, but they don't appear till later on, so I'm kind of fucked right now. In particular, there's an arcana that allows you to create a platform under yourself. That's very useful. But you don't get it until... I think you get it in Moonlight's level. No, you probably... I think it's in Treasure Knights, actually. Gone. Gone. Ah, dick, it's back. Alright. Oh, fuck! I'm surprised it went so low. Like, it's so high up, and then suddenly it's on my level now. Not sure why I'd wanna dive down there, but okay. Sure, go for it. Fucking hell. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this, but I am. That's reassuring. And okay, I guess it's actually really the long fuse working right there. Oh god, I almost just killed myself there. That would have been fun. Okay. So yeah, of course we'll see some sections like that throughout this. So yeah, that's gonna about wrap it up for this episode though. So, if you managed to find some form of enjoyment out of today's episode, please consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing to see the rest of this series and of course all my other series. So yeah, hope you all have a nice day and hope to see you all in the future. Bye.